Welcome back to Real Geek Media. It is Thursday, August 8th, 2024. I am Hayden Stoll. He is Christopher Michael Blake. We are back to talk about weird and funny news stories from the past few weeks. Christopher, how are we doing?
Hayden, I gotta give you a woo! Let's get this
Flair.
party started. Oh, look. I gotta be honest with you, Hayden. There was over 30 news articles I collected for the last 3 weeks. I tried to whittle them down the best I can for you and our fans. For those of you out there listening for the first time or may not be aware, we stay away from politics here at Real Geek Media. There's enough chaos and animosity in the world. We don't need to contribute to that. And not only that, we really can't afford to lose half the fans we don't have. So, as a way to combat that, we take actual headlines from the news and bring them to you in their entirety and give you our opinion on them. So, Hayden, the biggest news, of course, the last 3 weeks, couldn't be bigger than this. I'm going to lead it off with the biggest story, and it's a whopper. Robert Downey Jr.'s return to the Marvel Universe as Doctor Doom. Has there been a bigger story than this? I mean, really.
It's huge. It's a huge story. Huge story.
You didn't think I was going there. I totally fooled you.
No, I didn't. I don't really even know what to think of this. Okay, I know there's some issues with the actor that they had as Kang. They changed course. There you go. You know, when you jump out the car and chasing them down in the street, that's not a good look. They changed.
Nice. I mean, come on.
So they changed course and they bring back the Russo brothers who directed Civil War, who directed, Endgame and Infinity War. So they've done, what, 3? No, they also did the Winter Soldier one. So they've done 4. They're great movies. So they bring back the Russo brothers for the next 2 Avengers movies, and they roll out in surprise Robert Downey Jr. as Doctor Doom. Interesting twist. I'll give it a shot. The right moves to make is to bring back the Russo brothers. Okay, that first got me like, okay, maybe they're actually recognizing that they need to make money. They need to put a good story out there that the fans are going to like. So I'm not sure how it's going to turn out, but people are going to see it because they're going to be curious. And, what do you think? What do you think of Robert Downey Jr.?
So I have 2 different thoughts. It's 3, but I really can't share one with you because I don't want to spoil Deadpool Wolverine for you.
Got it.
So I'm going to stay away from that out of respect to you. I really want to unleash this.
No, let it go, man. That's fine.
No.
Eventually, you're going to run into a spoiler.
No, because it's we'll discuss it in 2 weeks.
Okay.
I think Robert Downey Jr. is bankable. And it gets back to what people love.
Mm-hmm.
They know what they're going to expect. It's not going to be any Miss Marvel stuff or She-Hulk stuff, Moon Knight stuff. We're getting with the Eternals.
Right.
We're Kang. We're Ant-Man in the Quantum Universe. Basically, we're throwing all that out the window and pretending it never happened, which I'm happy for at this point.
It's a smart move.
And the Russo brothers have a track record of making good decisions. I think this is an awesome decision by Marvel. They loaded up the Brinks truck and they said, "Please save us."
Pretty much.
And I'm okay with that.
It had to be done. I mean, how much more money do you want to lose? It's a smart move. It is a smart move.
Kennedy or.
Yeah.
So, go ahead, Hayden.
No. It definitely looks desperate that, oh man, what do we do? Bring the Russos back. Bring Robert Downey Jr. back. And of course there's going to be people that are going to be like, this is ridiculous, whatever. But I got to be honest with you, for the first time in a long time, it piqued my interest in a Marvel project. So I think that's the desired effect. They want those fans back. They want butts in the seats of the theaters so they can make some money. And it's smart. Yeah, you got to pay, right? But you're Disney, right? You got the money. It's like the Yankees, right? You got the money. You know, you can afford it. It's going to make money. Robert Downey Jr. is bankable. You know, what this does in comparison to the new Captain America movie, I think that's not going to be a huge box office. It'll be moderate. But these Avenger movies are going to be huge just alone for the return. Smart. It's smart.
Hayden, moving on. Have you ever wondered what it's like to be hanging out with a celebrity? What do these guys do in their off time?
Have I ever wondered that? No.
So you've never wanted to say hang out with like two celebrities, like say Woody Harrelson and Flea? What?
It's an odd couple pairing. No.
But, so you'd be surprised to see them on the slopes in Utah skiing naked.
That wouldn't surprise me with that pairing. No.
That's exactly apparently what celebrities do when they're off time. Apparently,
oh boy.
On the most recent podcast for Ted Danson, where everybody knows your name, they were on there discussing the fact that they raced down the slope naked, and they got videos of this stuff. They were a little concerned about people seeing their wankers in the cold and the snow. Yeah, it was just a thing called shrinkage, obviously.
Right.
But apparently, while they were racing down one of these hills, I guess they were fully clothed this time. Flea almost ran a lady over.
Oh boy.
And she got in his face and started yelling at him. And Woody Harrelson came to Flea's rescue. He said, "Ma'am, you need to shut the F up." And she said, "I'm going to go get my husband." He said, "I'll fuck him up too." And Woody Harrelson said, "And I really thought I was going to do it."
Oh, that's funny.
So again, if you ever wonder what hanging with a celebrity is like, look no further than your local Utah ski slope.
There you go. There you go. Never a dull moment when you're paired with Woody Harrelson and Flea.
Hayden, we must mention our most recent podcast appearance coming up August 14th, The Sharper Side of Paranormal with Cody Sharp. Me and you are going to be special guests. Check it out. It's going to be 8 o'clock on Wednesday, going out live, Sharper Side of Paranormal.
It's going to be a fun time. Check out our episode with Cody. You could go back a few weeks and you could catch up on that one. We had a nice discussion with Cody Sharp. Great dude. Very excited for next week.
From author Christopher Michael Blake comes his novel Seance, book 1 of the Witches of Summer's End series. Hey, do you know right now I'm currently starting to redevelop the second book in this series, so I am actually starting work on it for the sequel to this book. I was at the most recent new Monster Mania this week, and I was threatened because of this book.
I did see you posted this.
No, this woman came over to me, very nice, and she said, "When is the next book coming out? I hate you."
Yeah.
And I said, "What did I do?" And she goes, "Because you don't have the next book out yet." I said, "The book came out in March." I don't care. I need to find out how this thing ends. Where is this lady? What's going on? You left me with
She's hooked. She's hooked.
Look, and she said, "If I see it the next one, I'm going to take you out."
Oh.
Oh, and not in a nice way. I think she meant tire iron.
Oh.
But she's very nice. And I appreciated the compliment. I really did. But basically, it's Seance. The book is about Nancy moving back to her ancestral home in Louisiana, where she gets more than she expects. She makes friends at the new school. She avoids the school bullies. And then she finds out she's descended from a long line of witches. Hayden, it's kind of like you. I borrowed your life story where you're descended from a long line of warlocks.
Yes.
You know, Julian Sands, I believe, is your father. I mean,
he is. I was about to say Julian Sands.
And you have to send him to the alternate dimension because I still haven't found him. I mean, you know, but Of course, when Nancy starts using the magic spell book she finds, she flips and does a role reversal. She becomes the popular kids in the school, and she sends the bullies down to the bottom. But everybody's not happy with this new arrangement. And when the spell book is stolen, the students at Talbot High are threatened. It's up to Nancy and her friends to save the school. Can Nancy really find time to go to the homecoming dance and save the school at the same time while keeping her secret safe from everyone? Gotta read the book to find out, Hayden.
Check it out. Check it out.
Hayden, speaking of magic spells, how can we entrance people any further to come over and promote on our podcast, where we reach hundreds
and hundreds
of people a decade on our podcast?
Well, I don't know how we're going to do it, but we got some spells in the Necronomicon that might work.
I got something I can say. I'm not going to say it. I'm trying to be appropriate here. But if you're looking to promote your OnlyFans here, this is the place you want to come. We will give you access to twerk online here with us.
Need a new background.
Now, if you're female, you can come over to my house and you can twerk in my house in my living room. If you're a male, you can come over to Hayden's house and you can show him your feet. Advertising only starts at $30 a month, where you get access to our website for promotional materials. You also get access to our show, where we consider to do live commercials, such as the one we just did. $30. That's less than you spend at McDonald's nowadays.
Costs 2 cheeseburgers.
Visit realgeekmedia.com. That's ReelGeekmedia.com. Click on the links for sponsor us, advertise with us, and donate here to get started again. That's
realgeekmedia.com.
Oh, Hayden, we're on fire. You know what else is on fire nowadays?
Ooh.
This is the actual title from New York Post. I can't make this up. The Bush is back. How celebs like Doja Cat and Julia Fox are bringing back pubic hair.
Aha.
So I have to ask you, and it goes back to the Rob Reiner. Oh, you know where I'm going with this.
Yeah, Wolf
Rob
of Wall
Reiner.
Street.
Oh, absolutely. Are you a fan of a hairy bush or shaved bush?
I think you got to go split the difference.
Lannister.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
So apparently there's a new trend in Hollywood where they're bringing back the all natural age of the 70s. This is starting with Julia Fox and musician Doja Cat. And of course their body hair was seen visible through their underwear and their undergarments during the New York Fashion Week, sporting graphic bikini bottoms.
That's where SpongeBob lives.
And of course, the New York Post never misses an opportunity to question salon owners, who all said the full bush is making a comeback.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's back in vogue.
Look, I mean, I wouldn't know, but if they say it is,
word on the street.
it could be. I mean,
maybe this baby George Washington will refresh your memory.
My question is, did Simpsons predict that?
Maybe they predict everything. Yeah. Shake the magic 8 ball. We need a magic 8 ball in this show.
We need more than that.
Yeah. I got to be careful. You say magic 8 ball, the wrong type of people may think that's the wrong kind of 8 ball and show up.
Look, we take anybody at this point. By the way, if you want to promote your drug trade here on our show, $30 a month. $30 a month. Okay.
For the low price of $30 a month.
Oh, yeah, good. Hayden, who is Tiffany Haddish?
She a comedian.
Comedian, actress.
Right. Yeah.
Now, would it surprise you I don't know her from a hole in the ground.
Was she in? We saw that Nicolas Cage movie, the one with Pedro Pascal, like 2 years ago. She was in that, wasn't she?
Oh, I couldn't tell you.
I think she was like the FBI agent.
I think maybe you might be right, because now it's kind of coming back to me. Yeah, I think she got a Razzie for that one. But do you know what she does in her spare time?
Do tell.
Because I got a lot of respect for this woman now. She sells dirty panties on Craigslist.
Really?
But it's just not any pair of dirty panties. She claims they belong to Holly Berry.
How'd she get a hold of them?
Well, they're not really Holly Berry's.
Oh my God.
She's charging $300.
And people fall for this?
Apparently.
Guess so.
That's why I have more respect for her. I really do.
Oh, man. I guess
really
there's no certificate of authenticity.
Look, I guess it's a test. I don't know.
Oh, boy. On your finger scale.
Oh, that's not my finger scale. Yeah.
Oh, boy. That's interesting. I wonder how she got into that. Make a quick buck.
Everybody's got a side job now, man. Everybody's got a side.
What's your side hustle? Well, how long you got?
I gotta start that too. Hey, I got Springsteen's dirty underwear with sticks in there.
I don't know if anybody's gonna go for that.
You sure?
Is there a market for Springsteen?
Oh, I believe there is.
Oh boy, that's very interesting. I did not know this about her.
Hey, one of our favorite Hollywood celebrities recently had a podcast, and it's her Misspellings podcast.
Tori Spelling.
Tori Spelling. She's making the news again.
Yes.
And this week she had Denise Richards on her podcast.
Wow. Okay.
So I gotta say, even in her 50s, she still looks.
Yeah, that's an interesting guest right there.
And what do you think Denise told Tori?
Ooh, I don't know. They're making a sequel to Wild Things.
No, she encouraged Tori, who's needs money right now because she's broke,
Right.
to start an OnlyFans.
Did she really?
She did.
Because Denise Richards has one, right?
I believe Denise Richards' daughter does.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Denise did join one after her daughter, Sammy, also joined one.
Okay.
And I guess Denise said, what are you waiting for? Because Tori was like, oh, I don't know. I'm getting a boob job. And Denise said, look, if people are willing to pay me at my age to go do this, I believe they would pay you to go see this as well. And look, let's face it, you need some money. How do you feel about that?
I mean, I feel it's very easy for like a woman in that scenario to do an OnlyFans and create a stream of income. I think that's very easy for them to do. But when you add in the fact that you're a known actress, who's, you're on the tail end of your fame.
I say has been, but
right. Oh, I'm saying, you're on the tail end of your career. You're fading star.
At this point, you're hoping for Sharknado 8. I mean, that's what
right.
you're really looking out for at
but
this point.
I think people would definitely pay for that.
Oh, they're going.
Just the curiosity factor alone.
Well, Tori asked her, "Do I go topless?" And of course, Denise Richards goes, "Absolutely." Because Tori's like, well, are your boobs out there? And Denise is like, "Well, I was in Playboy," which I have that issue, by the way. And by the way, she has the landing strip. She does. She does. And Denise says, well, at our age, people want to see us, so fuck it. Yeah.
There's money to be made. There's a lot of money on the table if she doesn't do it. Because people would do it just to see, just to be curious. I mean, it's very easy for them to do it. We talked about that on our previous episode, the amount of money some of these people were pulling from it.
Look. Hayden, would you ever date a witch?
Well, considering Julian Sands is my grandfather. Yes.
Father. Yes. Father.
Oh, man. So what kind of witch? Is this like a CW witch or like the Wicked Witch?
A professional witch. And she's also a spiritual mentor.
What does a professional witch do?
Well, I don't know. I don't want to cross her paths, but apparently she does love potions, and she got...
Really?
Hold on now. Andrew Garfield to fall in love with her. The two have since been public since April.
No, this is real.
This is for real. Oh, yeah. And here's her picture.
Okay.
And if you cannot ask for somebody more sheltered and plain than this, I'm probably going to get turned into a toad tonight in my sleep.
All right. Andrew Garfield.
Now, people are coming out and saying that, hey, he's very accomplished and you're kind of in his shadow. And she goes, I'm not in anybody's shadow. But my thing is, how can you possibly take somebody seriously who's like, I'm a professional witch?
It's a hard one.
Now, again, look, I've talked with people who are mediums and psychic advisors, and I believe that they have some kind of gift.
Right.
Extrasensory, some kind of perception that I'm not in tune with, or I'm not the same kind of wavelength on. I believe that. And I believe that there are people who will cast spells. But it's kind of like a batting average. What is your success rate with these spells?
Yeah.
What makes you a professional? I mean, you like every 3 out of every 10 spells you cast get you in the Hall of Fame?
How many spells per day do you cast to consider yourself a professional?
I don't know. I really don't. But these are questions that we need to answer. So I'm going to make this argument right now, this offer, not argument, offer. If you are in the audience right now, please hit us up. I'm going to post this on X too. If you are a professional witch and would like to be on our show, on our next podcast, we would love to have you because we need to do an interview and find out what makes you a professional witch. What kind of spells have you cast? We need to know.
Is there like a black belt kind of ranking system?
Look,
Novice.
I'm not here to make
master.
fun of these people.
No, that's a genuine question.
Yeah, look, give him 6 toes, not me. I don't want 6 toes.
That's a genuine question. Because you got like a Jedi Padawan to Jedi Master.
Apparently her spell's working because she got a Hollywood honk, right?
Interesting. Spider sense was tingling.
Oh, apparently she made something tingle. All right.
I mean, he is the co-founder of Facebook.
Him and Army Hammer.
That's our buddy. It's our boy Army.
He's not making an appearance today. I happen to know that.
Yeah, he's busy. He's busy.
But, Hayden, we got to talk about our favorite fast food restaurant. You already know, McDonald's.
McD's. I'm loving it.
So this happened in Chicago on August 4th. And it's Sunday morning. And a man, you're walking into the restaurant. And this guy says, hey, you got $1? You give him $1?
No.
You made the gravest mistake of your life, and that $1 probably just cost you your life.
Why, he's gonna kill? He killed somebody over it.
So, this guy says, "Yeah, brother, I'll help you out." Gave him $1. Gave him a menthol cigarette too. And as the guy's kind of leaning over because he kind of looks homeless and disheveled, he sees a bloody hatchet in his waistband. This is outside the McDonald's. He goes inside the McDonald's, and he sees 3 people hurt. One guy's got a hole in his head.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
So this is exactly the interview that happens, by the way. I'm going to quote it.
All right.
This is the witness. He asked me for $1 for some coffee. I ended up giving him $1, which was probably the best move of his life, and gave him a Newport. He had an axe on him. I didn't know what he was going to do. Then I saw the suspect walk out of the McDonald's. I saw a little blood on the axe, and he was smiling. He was smiling and walking with the axe and eating a cookie. Old girl had a hole in her head. One lad was cut right here, and one boy had a cut on his face, I think. Don't you want to go to McDonald's in Chicago?
Yes. I'd like a Happy Meal, please.
They have since caught the offender who violently attacked the 3 people, and he said, can you guess?
I'm loving it.
No, he said that he was denied free food from an employee.
Oh, free food. I mean, no ticky, no laundry.
Look, you wouldn't give him the $1.
No.
You're dead. Next time you're going to give him $1 now.
Listen, let him strike me down at that point. I might give you $1.
Look, you're about to go to the hospital, all right?
If some guy walks up to you and says, "Let me get $1," you gonna give him $1?
Look,
you gonna tell him to fuck off.
I have been trained to throw the money in one direction and run the other. What? Is that not the smartest move?
You could just run the other direction without parting ways with the money.
Look, that guy's got a hatchet.
Yeah, but you got runner's speed.
If I'm walking into McDonald's, then I am probably subsiding on a diet of McDonald's, and I'm probably not running so fast.
Now
the homeless guy, hatchet, who was looking for a meal. Okay.
Listen, he just ate a cookie. He's going to be sluggish.
Okay. All right. Boy's got his sugar rush going on. Hayden, I couldn't believe this article when I read it. This is about Dominos. Okay? I got to figure out where this was. This is in Maryland, Westminster, Maryland.
Okay.
59-year-old George W. Cook set fire to the back of a Domino's store after witnesses saw him breaking into multiple vehicles. However, this was a little bit different. Do you want to know what he used to set the fire with?
What?
How about a bag of feces?
Really? His
Yes.
own?
Oh, I believe so. I don't
Okay.
think there's somebody else shitting in a bag, and then
I mean, it's a dog poop or... Yeah.
Yes. So now, officials caught this gentleman. By the way, here's this picture. If he doesn't look like Charlie Manson, I don't know who does.
Wow. Yeah.
Okay, this is probably the guy at McDonald's, by the way. Billy Hatchet.
You go from McDonald's to Domino's.
So, officials caught this guy when he was entering a vehicle, but they later found out that he had been arrested over the last couple weeks for setting several small fires within the city limits. So I have to ask, at what point do you sit there and say, how many fires is enough for you to set before we go ahead and put you away for a while?
That's a fair question. That's a fair question.
Is it any more fair than how many successful spells you need to cast in order to be a professional witch?
It's the same train of thought, but like it does make you raise an eyebrow.
And here about this one for DNA evidence. The previous fires were all similar to how the fire at Domino's was started. Specifically placing feces in the bags or boxes and setting those items on fire.
Christopher, we have the outline for Backdraft 2. It's right there in front of us.
The shit has hit the fan.
And the tagline for the poster. It's all right there. We just need Billy Baldwin.
I think we can get him.
I think we can get him.
Yeah. He might be at New Jersey Horror Con this weekend.
Oh, there you go. Listen, you just mosey on up to old Billy Baldwin and say, listen, Backdraft 2. Backdrafts. And the S is a $sign. Come see me in my booth.
Look, he's still sitting there doing the... He's still sitting there watching Sharon Stone and Sliver, okay? Come on.
Oh, man. We need to talk about that movie sometime.
Oh,
What a
she
terrible
was,
movie.
she was hot though. I don't care.
Oh yeah, 100%. Movie was
Sexy.
garbage though.
I don't understand Tom Berenger's role in the movie, but that's another story.
Red Herring. It should have been his name, Red Herring.
Well, he was.
He was the killer, but I think they changed the ending.
They had. I mean, look, because he made no sense otherwise to be in the movie.
Yeah.
And I don't think they could afford him for the entire movie. It was like, we can afford you for this day, but not for the day.
Tom Berenger's in the hall.
What is going on down in Texas? This is the first time I've seen this, and it scares me a little bit. And let me see if I can get this one. Where's this one from? This is from People Magazine. It was dated today, by the way. On August 1st, Paul Moses Alden, 46, was arrested on charges of arson, resulting in reckless damage and bodily injury. Specifically, what he was doing was he was setting up pressure-activated fireworks / explosives underneath the toilets in public bathrooms.
Whoa.
So then he would sit out. This is creepy. He would sit out in the waiting area, and he would wait for the people to go in. And when he heard the explosives go off, he would get up and just slowly walk in.
That's wild.
He did it in San Antonio to at least 2 car washes, where he would sit there and he would set up these pressure-rigged fireworks. 3 people were hurt, including a child. And then he went ahead a couple weeks later and did it at another car wash. So,
wow.
Yeah, I mean,
what's wrong with this, people?
Look, I mean, I've never seen the intricacies of something like this. It's almost like somebody who goes around starting fires because they get like a rush out of it.
Yeah.
You know, it's almost like somebody who's doing this because he can't help himself.
Yeah.
And you wonder how, because I doubt at 46 years old he's just started to do this now.
Yeah.
I almost wonder what his background was before this. I mean, I just can't think at 46 years old he wakes up and says, you know, it'd be a really great idea today to do.
Yeah.
Hayden, we gotta go hang out at the car wash.
We're just gonna sit outside with a camera.
And I'm gonna just put some fireworks under this toilet today, and you know, it's gonna be like the Goonies.
Right? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So, have you heard about the squatter hunter?
No, is he like Dog the Bounty Hunter?
Oh, he is.
Nice.
Oh, he is. I got a lot of this. Is from the New York Post, by the way. So again, this is a real story. Meet the squatter hunter. Flash Shelton's wild ride evicting illegal occupants. Now, of course, you know
I love it. I love it.
You know, rampant right now in a lot of parts of this country, breaking into undomiciled homes, vacant homes. They're not paying rent. They're putting utilities in their name. They're putting fake loans and leases in people's names. So, Flash Shelton never thought he'd become a viral sensation, but these days, he's the guy in black technical body armor, armed with pepper spray, a stun gun, a steel baton, a body camera,
Wow.
and sometimes a Glock 26 pistol.
Wow.
His cap bluntly says, "Get out." Shelton was on a mission to boost squatters out of uninhabited homes. He goes up to the squatter and says, "I have possession of this house now. You've got until the end of the day to get your stuff out. Whatever's left is mine."
Interesting.
So it's kind of like the Steven Seagal, Dog of the Bounty Hunter method. He'll bring video cameras in to tape the interaction. His methods are swift and effective. Instead of months or years of lengthy legal battles and costly attorney fees, Shelton confrontations often end with the squatters leaving within hours. Yes.
That's interesting. He must have very good constructive authority.
So this all started when his mother became a victim of the squatter. So what did he do? He had her sign over a tenant agreement with his mom, allowing him to legally enter the home. He drove to Los Angeles, installed security cameras, and confronted the squatters, which is probably never a good idea to do, but okay.
Right.
His first viral encounter, posted in 2023, went viral with more than 6.3 million views. Some people say I'm doing godly work. Others say I'm doing the work of the devil. He's recently signed a TV production deal explaining his tactics to people.
I would love to see this on A&E.
Well, he starts by getting information on the squatters. running background checks, and preparing videos of their movements. He starts off by trying to tarnish their name on social media. And sometimes that works. That's enough for them to leave. Because once people find out, oh, this is who this person is, and they're squatting, it kind of affects their jobs.
Right.
When that fails, he says, I'm sure he has the Glock on his side, and the baton and the pepper spray. So it's not intimidating at all. Hey, let's have a conversation. And then he explains that I'm going to move in. I'm going to occupy the space. I'm going to put cameras up in the bedroom and bathroom. And I'm sitting there thinking, is it really a good idea to put a camera in a bathroom where a minor might be? Filming them without their authorization? I'm sure A&E would love that.
It's enough to freak somebody out enough to vacate the premises.
And, of course, this gentleman then says, Flash Shelton says, if necessary, I'll begin disabling utilities, beginning renovations to make the living situation unbearable. I take a chainsaw and cut doors in half. I turn her living space into a nightmare. Flash Shelton, everybody.
So he actually, like, lives in the residence with these people till they leave, essentially. Trying to bully them out. That's kind of the gist.
What, you want your wife and daughter being there?
I mean, that's wild.
With this guy who's armed with a Glock and a pepper spray and a baton,
Yeah,
put a camera up in the bed that you're trying to sleep in.
It's wild. Interesting.
Hayden, do you believe in karma?
I do.
So then you would be unsurprised to know that in Brazil, a couple weeks ago, a teen thief was killed after he snatched a cell phone from somebody using the cell phone, ran out into the street, and then was run over by a bus.
That's old Final Destination stuff right there.
Yes.
Yeah, that's instant. That's instant karma.
So it's not so much the fact that this happened. It was kind of what the users who viewed this video afterwards on X said. One guy wrote, "Karma is real." Another person said, "I hope the guy's phone didn't break." Another person wrote, "Two golden rules: don't steal and look both ways before you cross the street." Of course, I got a picture of the bus, and you got the blurred out section over here where the guy's street pizza.
Oh boy. There you go. Instant karma.
Hey, do you use eBay?
Not really too much lately, but I have in the past.
So this is going to be our next project. If we ever film a movie project. This is again the New York Post. Ex-eBay worker who sent bloody pig mask to couple gets slap on wrist in cyber stalking plot.
Bloody pig mask.
Yes, a former senior manager for the special operations of eBay's global security team was sentenced Thursday in federal court in Boston for his role in cyber stalking campaign that including sending a preserved fetal pig, a bloody pig Halloween mask, and a book on surviving the loss of a spouse to a Massachusetts couple's home.
Oh. My goodness.
Yes. Gilbert pleaded guilty to conspiracy to commit cyberstalking, conspiracy to tamper with witnesses. Gilbert and others targeted David and Ina Steiner. The couple produced an online newsletter called E-Commerce Bites that upset eBay executives with its coverage. So can you imagine this? You set up like a review site complaining about eBay. So next thing you know, you open up your door and there's a box. And you have a bloody pig mask.
There you go.
In your mailbox.
There you go.
Right out of Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah. Leave a 5-star review. Oh my God.
The reviews just got better. Yeah. I mean, I just never. Their home address was also posted online with announcements inviting strangers to yard sales and parties. So it's not even like the pig. We're going to invite people over to your house and see there's a party going on. Yeah.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Apparently, these people also were involved in surveilling the victims in their home and community. Yeah. Apparently, this is not the first time this has happened. In January, eBay agreed to a $3 million fine to resolve criminal charges over a harassment campaign waged by employees who sent live spiders, cockroaches, and other disturbing items to the couple's home.
All right, then. Pig mask, cockroaches, live spiders. You know.
And look, and you thought that the sex stuff was a little much with stuff along the ground. How's that woman going to take this one?
Right? Oh, my God. Oh, my goodness.
And, of course, it's been really big news these last couple weeks. The Olympics have been going on.
Yes.
And we've talked about how little the Olympians are currently making. I believe it's $36,000 a year for their role, which isn't anything nowadays.
Right.
So what's an Olympian to do for money?
OnlyFans.
Ding, ding, ding. You are not wrong. A number of, this is again New York Post, they're going for the gold, but making a whole bunch of silver in the process.
That is a good headline. That is a very good headline right there.
A number of high-profile Olympic athletes are joining OnlyFans, saying the steamy subscription site is an easy way to rake in extra cash.
There you go. There you go.
British diver Jack Lauer is charging $10 a month for his content. He doesn't show complete nudity, but it's him in Speedos and other things. He says, I'm a bit of a hustler and I want money. And of course, you had the one woman who just won the bronze and she was twerking. Right? You got three-time Olympian Elsie Christie, who's very cute in this picture here anyway. Says her account saved her life after retirement. She says she's top 3 in the world and was only making $36,000 a year.
There you go.
For OnlyFans.
There you go.
You got more Olympians saying Noah Williams, Daniel Goodfellow, and Maddie Lee have all started OnlyFans, sharing titillating but not explicit content. One Olympian charges $20 per month. He says, I'm an Olympic diver, not a porn star. Yeah.
Interesting. But it's there, right? Like, it's easy money for some of them.
I'm in the wrong line of business. That's all I can say.
Well, you're also a guy, so it's not as easy.
I got specialty product.
It's easier for women to do it.
I'm FBD.
FBD?
Fat ball dude.
Well, then you can name it that. Name your site that.
FBD. I'm telling. Look. I should patent that now. That's gonna be the next. That's gonna be trending on X. next week.
We'll throw that in hashtags.
This is like the hot toit moment for the show. FBD. I'll be on there with my dad bod, rubbing my belly with some lotion.
It turns into wild horses.
While I'm selling Springsteen's.
Where's Ted Levine?
Street dirty underwear.
Springsteen's dirty underwear next to Halle Berry's.
That's correct. Now, have you watched any of the Olympics, Hayden?
A little bit.
So I'm sure you've seen Snoop Dogg.
Oh my God, who hasn't? He's everywhere.
Do you know he is being paid to be there by NBC?
I believe that.
Can you guess how much he makes a day?
A day?
Yes.
So figure he's there for the full 2 weeks. Oh man, million
a day. A little bit over there. 500,000 a day plus expenses.
Man, that's pretty easy gig.
Yeah.
500 grand a day. Wow.
I mean, think about that. That's insane money. That's 3.5 million a week. 7 million for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
They could have been here for $30.
That's it. NBC, what are you doing? Come on.
The last story from the Olympics is one that's very near and dear to my heart. It's about Pornhub. It is. This is from the UK Daily Mail. And according to TMZ, Pornhub has seen searches for the Olympics spike by 4,876% since the start of the games.
Wow.
There's also been a surge in searches for athlete, 505%, with other users looking for sex Olympics, porn Olympics, Olympic sex games, and nude Olympics.
Is that on NBC?
NBC After Dark.
Ah.
James Corden.
Oh.
Yes. Yes.
Oof. No Snoop Dogg on that one.
Now, as reported by DailyMail.com, the organizers of the Paris Olympic Village actually laid on free condoms for competitors, including sex-friendly kits, including 20,000 female condoms and 10,000 dental dams to protect against infection during oral sex. Yeah.
Yes. In the Olympic Village with their cardboard beds.
Yes. He says that 75% of the Olympics are having sex with each other.
I mean, isn't that like a given? Like, isn't that not common knowledge that this stuff happens?
What happens in Paris stays in Paris, Hayden.
I guess so.
This was actually the biggest story I think that got passed over, and it was not enough attention paid to it. And this is from the New York Post. Chinese-made humanoid robots raise alarms in Congress. It's a stealth army on our land. This is August 5th. So I'm going to go into this a little bit, so it's a little long, but I think it's worth it.
Yep.
Advanced Chinese-made robots with eerily lifelike capabilities are poised to enter the global market, and some U.S. lawmakers are already demanding they be banned from the U.S. It's not widely publicized yet, but various Chinese companies have begun producing humanoid robots that are capable of carrying boxes, moving at high speeds, and even replicating human facial expressions. Sound like Terminator to you?
Terminator, definitely.
One leading Chinese firm, Unitree Robotics, has developed a $90,000 robot capable of running speeds up to 11 miles an hour.
That's kind of wild.
A cheaper $16,000 version can absorb punches and kicks and twirl a baton. Now let me repeat that for you.
Yeah, but absorb punches and kicks?
While twirling a baton.
Yeah.
Sound like riot gear to you?
That's very interesting.
Many other firms have produced similar products. So, right now they're thinking, because this technology is happening apparently mind-bogglingly fast, they're thinking this is 12 months away from being a chat GPT moment where the world goes from being asleep to awake on this issue.
That's kind of crazy.
Where, I mean, basically we're ahead of the curve right now here, Hayden, on RealGeekMedia.com on this live stream talking about what's coming in 12 months. And we're trying to get people to listen to us.
There you go.
They're saying that these robots are becoming more advanced. The Chinese Communist Party or state-sponsored bad actors could use these robots, currently marketed as home assistants and super efficient assembly line workers, to wreak havoc by spying, sabotaging critical infrastructure, or the most nightmare scenarios, even physically harming Americans. They can strangle someone in their sleep, they can punch a data center and inflict physical harm and the destruction of property.
That's absolutely bananas. Absolutely bananas. And it's kind of scary where we're at with this kind of stuff.
Now, this is the robot.
That's what it looks like?
You see it's bigger than the male and the female in the picture.
Yeah. And like, how do you stop something like that, right?
Kyle Reese.
You need Kyle Reese.
I need Kyle Reese.
We do need Kyle Reese. We need Ed Harris from Westworld.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
What the hell? That's kind of crazy. Kind of crazy.
The risk posed by Chinese-made robots is not science fiction. In fact, they are part of the same playbook the Chinese government has run time and again: subsidize a strategic industry, flood foreign markets with predatory pricing, and eliminate competition, and then leverage this new dominance to advance the interests of the Chinese Communist Party. From heavy manufacturing to the military, advanced robotics will play a critical role in the future of our economy and our national security. And then they have another picture here of the one with the facial expressions.
Look at that. I mean, even from here, you can see it's very lifelike.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah.
It's like the Jurassic Park moment. Like we never thought about, should we be doing this? Right? Like when this stuff like takes hold and the Skynet goes self-aware. It's kind of crazy.
It is. What's the worst thing you've ever done to try to get out of going to work, Hayden?
Oh, you fake being sick. Wake up, you call the boss. I'm not feeling good.
So you've never, slashed yourself and said it's happened at work?
Wow, no.
MTA worker slices his own hand, lies about being slashed on the subway, in desperate bid to have off for the summer.
I like the desperate bid part of that. Oh, that's great.
The transit cleaner was apparently so desperate for a vacation, he lied about getting slashed on the job. Going so far as to cut his own hands to try to sell the ruse.
Oh my
goal was to have the summer off because it was too hot down there.
Listen, my office gets hot too, but I don't think anybody's ever come up with that.
Henry Herring, 54, who was hired as a transit cleaning worker last year, has since been suspended without pay and arrested on charges of falsely reporting an incident last week.
Yikes.
He told cops that he was slashed by a random attacker at 3 a.m. in the morning, but unfortunately, he didn't realize there was a video camera down there watching him do the whole thing himself. He says, I had no idea there was a video down there taking pictures of me.
There's cameras. Like, how do people even have that, reaction anymore? There's cameras everywhere. Your doorbell's got a camera now. Like, come on.
It's outrageous. Hayden, the last news story for tonight comes from our own Jersey Shore in Wildwood.
Ah, yes.
You know about this one?
No.
So apparently they had a national night out where the cops, in a community relation effort to build bonds with the people, had the simulation. And the simulation was a golf cart that kind of acts wonky and acts like a drunk driver.
Oh, boy.
So you get behind this little golf cart. There's a cop next to you in the passenger seat to make sure you don't get hurt. And it's very hard to steer. It takes the turns too wide, and it deliberately shows you on this closed golf course, this little course that they've established with these cones, what driving impaired is like.
Mm-hmm.
Good message.
Mm-hmm.
However, this golf cart kind of went out of control and ran over 5 people.
Whoops, not the intended effect.
3 people were released from the hospital, while the other 2 are still hospitalized.
What day was this?
This was yesterday.
Oh, man.
Yes.
That's kind of crazy.
Yeah. Tragically, one of our course operations, a speed-governed golf cart being operated by a juvenile attendee, and a Wildwood police officer left the enclosed course and struck several individuals. The golf cart, meant to simulate impaired driver, has been a fixture of the Jersey Shore's town event for the past 20 years. Not anymore after this.
Nope.
Yeah. The tragic incident is discerning to the entire city of Wildwood. In the police department, we would like to offer our sincere thoughts and prayers to the injured individuals. By the way, here comes Mark Levine now, chasing the ambulance.
Oh, just don't be in the golf cart when you chase it. My goodness.
Hayden, that's the news.
That's the news. That's some good stories in there this week, Christopher.
I had over 30 of them. I had to cut some out, believe me.
Yeah, I think you picked some winners. Yeah, I like that. But was it FBD?
Fat ball dude.
Hashtag it We're going to put it in X. We're just going to throw it out there and see what happens with it.
Look, if you tell me you guys want to see this, I will have no option but to monetize. I mean, to give you the fans what they want. For the low price of $15 a subscription on OnlyFans.
There you go. A month.
Oh, yes, absolutely. A month.
There you go.
It's value.
There you go.
Yeah.
And you can get like the popcorn butter from like AMC. It's just
lather myself up.
There you go.
I'm okay with that.
There you go. FBD.
Hey, I'm going to be broadcasting from Colt's Neck next week if it goes well.
Oh man.
Laugh. But,
oh man. Yes.
I got a GIMP out for you, Hayden. Don't worry about it.
We saw the GIMP. Does it have the zipper mask like the Acolyte?
You'll look. We'll find out. We'll get you one. Don't worry about it. I can't promise anything that high tech.
Oh my God. There you go. There you go.
Yes.
Just put the mask on and then nobody will know.
Look, I don't have a problem putting my face on things. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with it.
Oh man. That is the news. That is the news in the world for the past 2 weeks. So check us out. August 14th, Cody Sharp on the Sharp Side of Paranormal podcast. We're going to be guests there, 8 p.m. We'll put all the links out on our X so you guys can jump in easy. We're going to keep you posted on the Indiegogo for Crimson Harvest. We'll get that out there as well. Some links when that goes live so you guys can just click and get right
Tomorrow,
to it.
4 o'clock, it goes live.
Tomorrow, 4 p.m. Very exciting stuff going on in our parts, so hope you guys can join and be a part of some of that. Christopher, any parting thoughts?
Oh, there's a lot out there, Hayden. There's a lot out there, but just remember karma. If you're gonna steal a phone, look both ways before you cross the street.
It's good advice. It's good advice. Yeah. And listen, to everybody, to all the fans, all the geeks out there, FBD.